Most people will never get close to powerful individuals, and the reason is simple. They have never learned to master networking at a level that actually matters. Not the kind of networking that fills LinkedIn feeds or collects business cards. Real networking is strategic. It is deliberate. It is about positioning yourself in a way that powerful people notice, not because you admire them, but because you provide value they cannot ignore. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He knew that power does not respond to flattery or charm. It responds to leverage, and if you don't understand that, you will spend your life trying to enter rooms you are never invited to, while watching less talented or less disciplined people gain access effortlessly. Here's the hard truth. Most people approach networking the wrong way. They show admiration, they ask for guidance, they reveal neediness, and the moment you do that, your energy lowers in the eyes of power. Powerful people sense desperation immediately. They do not respond to charm or enthusiasm alone. They respond to alignment, usefulness, and composure. If you want to master networking with influential individuals, your first battle is internal. You must remove hunger from your presence. You must walk into every interaction as a contributor, not a supplicant. Emotional neutrality is your starting point. If your mood depends on their response, you are not ready. Most people don't want real connection. They want elevation, to stand near power and feel important. That energy leaks out, and power detects it instantly. Real networking mastery is not about how many people you meet. It is about how strategically you engage with the right people. It is about positioning yourself so that your presence strengthens their advantage, solves their problems, and becomes indispensable without you ever having to ask. This is the networking that matters. This is the approach Machiavelli advocated. And if you follow this path, the doors that once seemed closed begin to open, naturally, quietly, and inevitably. Most people will spend their entire lives trying to get close to powerful individuals and never understand why they're ignored. It's not because they're stupid. It's not because they lack ambition. It's not even because they lack talent. It's because they misunderstand how power thinks. They approach powerful people the same way civilians approach celebrities, with admiration, excitement, and hidden need. And the moment you need something from someone powerful, you lower your value in their eyes. The moment you seek validation, you lose leverage. Machiavelli understood something that most modern networking advice ignores. Power does not respond to admiration. It responds to usefulness. If you want access to powerful rooms, you don't chase the door. You become someone the door opens for. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Powerful people are constantly approached. They receive messages, requests, proposals, praise, opportunities, invitations every single day. Attention is not rare to them. Need is not rare to them. Talent is not rare to them. So if you approach them the way everyone else does, you disappear into noise. And noise gets filtered out. What they are searching for is signal. Signal means value. Signal means composure. Signal means someone who is not emotionally impressed by status. The first rule, if you want to connect with powerful people, is this: remove hunger from your energy. You cannot walk into power with the eyes of a fan. You must walk in as a strategist. Machiavelli warned rulers about desperate men. Desperate men are unpredictable. Unpredictable people are dangerous. When you want something too badly, your behavior shifts. Your tone changes. You over-explain. You oversell. You laugh too quickly. You agree too fast. You subtly shrink. And powerful people read that instantly. Power is highly observant. So the foundation is internal. You must build a life where access is not your survival. When you don't need them, you become more interesting to them. That is psychological balance. And balance signals strength. Now, understand this clearly. Powerful people do not connect out of kindness. They connect out of alignment. If your presence strengthens their position, they notice. If you solve a problem they care about, they remember you. If you provide insight that sharpens their perspective, you become valuable. But if all you bring is admiration, you become forgettable. Most people try to impress powerful individuals. That is a mistake. Impressive is common. Useful is rare. Instead of thinking, how do I get their attention? Ask, how do I increase their advantage? That question alone separates amateurs from strategists. Never approach from below. The moment you ask for mentorship, you've established hierarchy. The moment you ask for opportunity, you've defined yourself as dependent. Machiavelli believed influence works best indirectly. You don't beg entry. You create relevance. If you want to connect with someone powerful, build something adjacent to their interests. Share insight that improves their thinking. Introduce them to someone useful. Offer value without attaching a request. When there is no visible need in your approach, your status rises automatically. Power respects lateral movement, not upward grasping. And here's something most people never hear. Powerful people are isolated. They are surrounded, but they are not connected. The higher someone rises, the fewer people they trust. Everyone wants something. Everyone has an angle. If you can become someone who is calm, discreet, and strategically intelligent, you become psychologically safe. And psychological safety is rare at high levels. This is why composure matters more than charisma. Loud ambition is everywhere. Quiet control is not. When you finally get access, speak less than you think you should. Silence creates gravity. When you don't rush to fill space, people lean in. When you answer clearly and briefly, you signal clarity of mind. Powerful people are used to overtalkers. They are used to people trying to prove themselves. The one who doesn't try too hard stands out. Controlled speech implies controlled emotion, and emotional control is a status signal. But none of this works if you have no leverage. Let's be honest. If your life has no momentum, you will struggle to connect with people who operate at high levels. Power connects with power, even in small amounts. You don't need to be wealthy. You don't need millions of followers. But you must be building something real: skill, discipline, network, reputation. When you have forward motion, it changes your energy. You stop seeking rescue. You start offering collaboration. That shift is everything. Reputation is currency in powerful circles. If you gossip, overshare, chase clout, or talk too freely, doors close quietly. Discretion is tested constantly. Can you hold information? Can you avoid bragging about access? Can you operate without announcing it? The moment you prove you are safe, you become valuable. And once you are valuable, proximity increases naturally. Detachment is your final weapon. If your emotional stability depends on their response, you've already lost leverage. Sometimes they will ignore you. Sometimes they won't respond. That is not rejection. That is filtration. Powerful people filter aggressively because they must. Your job is not to force attention. Your job is to grow until attention becomes logical. The more you build, the less you chase. And the less you chase, the more attractive you become. Machiavelli never promoted manipulation for chaos. He promoted strategic positioning. The modern version of that is simple. Build strength, move quietly, offer value, control emotion, and detach from outcome. If I were starting from zero today, I would spend months sharpening my skills before ever reaching upward. I would study the individuals I wanted access to. I would understand their priorities, language, and pressures. Then I would create something small but useful, connected to their world. No big pitch, no dramatic introduction, just value. And then I would continue building regardless of response, because real leverage is independence. Here is the final truth. You do not connect with powerful people by trying to enter their world. You connect by building your own and creating intersections. When your growth is undeniable, when your composure is steady, when your value is clear and your energy is balanced, access stops feeling like luck. It becomes alignment. And alignment is what power responds to. Powerful people are not looking for fans. They are not looking for followers. They are not looking for people who need them. They are looking for strength, stability, intelligence, and advantage. If you become those things, connection becomes natural. If you don't, no strategy will save you. Stop chasing power. Start building it. Remove hunger from your presence. Increase your leverage. Control your emotions. Offer value without begging. Move patiently. And remember what Machiavelli understood centuries ago. The ones who gain access are not the loudest, not the most desperate, not the most impressed. They are the most strategically aligned. Once you understand that, the game changes. And once the game changes, so does your position within it. If this perspective shifted the way you see power, subscribe now. Like this video if you're building leverage quietly. This channel is not for the loud, it's for the strategic. If you made it to the end, you are already thinking differently than most. You are not average, you are intentional, you are calculating. I'll see you in the next one.